हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, इन दिस वीडियो वी विल लर्न अबाउट लेटर कि लेटर कैसे लिखते हैं, हाउ एंड व्हाट इज लेटर. सो लेट्स बिगिन विद द डेफिनेशन ऑफ लेटर. लेटर राइटिंग, एज इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. लेटर राइटिंग, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय लेटर? लेटर क्या होता है? लेटर इज अ रिटन मैसेज दैट कैन बी रिटन, हैंड रिटन, प्रिंटेड ऑन पेपर. ओके, लेटर क्या होता है? लेटर इज अ रिटन मैसेज. लेटर एक रिटन मैसेज, लेटर रिटन मैसेज, एंड इट कैन बी रिटन एंड इट ऑल्सो कैन बी ऑन अ प्रिंटेड पेपर. Okay, it is usually sent to recipient. It is sent to recipient. Recipient means the person who is going to receive the letter. It is sent to recipient while via mail or post in an envelope. It is kept in an envelope, although this is not a required as such. It is not required. It is not required that it should be in envelope or it should be in printed form. Okay, any such message that is transferred via post, any such message which is transferred via post is known as letter and a written conversation between two parties. Letter is a written conversation. It is a written conversation between two parties. Between two parties it is a written conversation. So next thing which come into our mind after receiving this is there are basically two types of letters. Okay, so first one is formal letter. As you can see on the board, the first one is formal letter and the second one is informal letter. Okay, what do you mean by formal letter? A business letter is a letter. Okay, formal letter is also called as business letter. Business letter is a letter from one company to another. It is from one company to the another company or between such organizations and their customers, clients or other external parties. It can be between clients, like your एक customer है, if it is customer, it between customer to businessman or one businessman, एक businessman to the next businessman. Okay students, so this may be the case here. The overall style of letter depends upon the relationship between the parties concerned. What would be the type of letter? किस तरह का letter होगा? It depends upon the two parties. What? It depends upon the two parties. If the two parties are official parties, then the letter will be in the formal letter, in the form of formal letter. And if the two parties are joined in informal relationship, okay, that is not formal, so informal letter will be written in that situation. Okay, so moving to the next topic, next slide. The next slide, what is next slide? Students, the next slides will be of informal letter. What? It will be of informal letter. Now we will learn what do we mean by informal letter, like what do you mean by informal letter. So students, the first definition is in front of you. An informal letter format is used when you write a chatty or newsy letter to a friend. Okay, so informal letter format is used when we are writing any chatty or newsy letter. Okay, it is written to our friends, relatives. Whenever we are writing to our friends or relatives, so we use informal letter format. Okay, so next thing, what is the next thing? The next thing is the overall style. The overall style of letter depends upon the relationship between the parties concerned. Okay, so when we talk about formal letter, the next thing is an informal letter is a letter written to your friends. Okay, informal letter is written to our friends or our family members. You can even use contraction like you are, she's, he's, like this. These words you can use. These types of words you can also use while writing a informal letter. So let's begin to the next slide. Difference, like what is the difference? What is the difference between informal and formal letter? The basic difference we will talk about in these 3 points. The first difference is the style of greeting, addressing the letter is different. Okay, so as in formal letter the style will be different because it is written to the official organization, and in the formal letter it is different because it is to be done to any informal person, जो हमारे दोस्त के लिए, to our any friend, it is written. Okay, so the second point is there is a set of format for formal letters while there is no set structure for informal letter. Okay, so for formal letter there is a well defined structure, but in case of informal letters there is no well defined structure. Okay, so whenever we are writing any formal or informal letter, so in writing formal letter, if we are writing formal letter, so there will be structure, but whenever we are writing informal letter, so there will be no structure. So coming back to the third point, slang words can be used in an formal letter but not in a formal letter. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, सो इनफॉर्मल लेटर के अंदर एंड फॉर्मल लेटर के अंदर जो बिगेस्ट डिफरेंस है, द बिगेस्ट डिफरेंस बिटवीन देम इज वेरी सिंपल. व्हाट? स्लैंग लैंग्वेज कैन बी यूज, द लैंग्वेज विच इज़ नॉट यूज इन द फॉर्मल लैंग्वेज. कुछ ऐसी लैंग्वेज जो थोड़ा फ्रेंडली बिहेवियर शो करते हैं, दीज काइंड्स ऑफ लैंग्वेज कैन बी यूज्ड. बट if we are talking about if we are talking about formal, so slang language will not be used. If we are talking about informal letter, then slangy language can be used. Okay, so that was the difference between formal and informal letter. I hope you do not have any doubt, any doubt in these two topics. Okay, so the next thing, what is the next thing? The next is very simple thing, the format. What is the format? The format is basically very much simple. First of all, your address with pin code. First of all, you have to write address. Okay, address, sender's address should be written in the front. If we are writing informal letter which are to be written to friends and family, writer's address I have told you in the board video. Okay, and after that you have to write the date should be in the correct format. No, you do not have to write the date like this, 21/4/2020. Don't write like this. You do not have to write like this, because if you write like this, that is the wrong format. If you have to write this, your marks will be deducted in informal letter. So after that you have to write salutation. What? In salutation, like if your friend name is Rahul or it is like Ram, so you can write dear Rahul or dear Ram. Salutation, or we can say greeting, will be like this. Moving further, it will be body. In body of letter, what you have to write? You have to write content. Before content you have to write the introduction. What? Before content you have to write intro दे देंगे आप. After the content, afterwards conclusion should be given by you, like what is the conclusion of your all the talk. Okay, after that complimentary clause will be there. In complimentary clause you can write with love, your affectionately, or you can write your faithfully. These kinds of word you can write, or you can. Okay, so afterwards you have to write your name. What is your name? Rishabh Shukla, or any of the name, like my name is Piyush Sharma, so I will write here Piyush Sharma, and whatsoever will be your name you can write it. Okay, so this will be the case in this. So after moving to this thing, what is the next thing? The next thing is very much simple. What? It is why it is simple, because the next thing is in front of you, formal letter. Because letter is basically written in formal form. If we are a student, अगर हम एक student हैं, so formal letter is very much important to us, because you have to write many an applications to our principal, ma'am or sir. Okay, so first of all, what you have to do? Address of the sender. The person who is sending the thing, the letter, the formal letter, he should write his address. Okay, his or her address. After that, date should be in the correct format. Okay, like 25th January, like this. Don't write like this. ऐसे आप बिल्कुल नहीं लिखेंगे 25/3 और ऐसे. Don't write like this. If you write like this, the format will be wrong. And after that, name of the addressee. After that you have to write name of the addressee, and after name of the addressee you have to write address of the addressee. Address of the addressee means receiver's address. What it means? Receiver's address. The person who will, जो जिस इंसान को लेटर मिलेगा, you have to write the address of that person. After that, salutation. Don't write dear in salutation. Please write respected. Okay, don't write dear. If you write dear, the format will be wrong. After that you have to write the subject, like for which purpose your letter is basically. After that you have to introduce your letter. Introduction will be there, body and conclusion will be there, and after describing your whole letter there will be a complimentary clause. What? There will be a complimentary clause. Okay, complimentary clause will be there, and after complimentary clause you have to write the name of the sender, the person, like you are writing the letter, so you have to write the name of yours. Okay, like if my name is Piyush Sharma, so here students, here I will write my name. Okay, so this video was basically about the format, formal letter, all the things. I hope you have understood full video. If you have any doubt, you can ask your doubt in live classes. Okay, if you are not able to ask in the live classes, you can also ask your doubt on WhatsApp group. Okay students, so I will always reply your doubts. Thank you for watching this video.